Yes, I like it. Hey everyone, it's MrFlyingPigHD here. Manchester United are picking their player of the season tonight. And I just thought I'd have my say on a few possible candidates and who I think has been Manchester United's best player this season. In what, let's be honest, has been an absolute shambolic catastrophe of a ginger season. And thank God we've seen the back of that so-called manager, David Moyes. And hopefully the future is bright. The future's orange, my friends. You see the little Dutch thing I did there? Yeah, it was shit. Anyway, so realistically speaking, there's only really 3 players I can think of that even deserve being mentioned in some sort of a player of the season category. Because let's be honest, we've had a shocking season. It's been like trying to get blood out of a stone in terms of good performances. But there has been some good individual performances along the way. And certain players haven't really put a foot wrong all season, really. But most of them have. But if you're talking about the best, I'm going to say 3 contenders for who could be my player of the season for Manchester United. You've got Adnan Januzaj, 18 years old when he broke on the scene, 19 now. Just what an absolute rise that guy's had this season, just from making his debut in the first team and to contributing to the first team pretty much immediately. He's coming on, Moyes is bringing him on as a late sub in games when we need to score a freaking goal against lesser opposition. Who's he calling on? Adnan, the 18-year-old guy. That's right. And there's a reason for that, because he's class. You know, look at the game against Hull. He was class. He's a great player, and he definitely gets my young player of the season, 100%. Adnan Januzaj. So yeah, I just hope he's going to blossom into a fantastic player, Cristiano Ronaldo-esque, that type of thing. But you know, you don't want to put too much pressure and expectation on the lad at this stage. But it looks like he's a fantastic prospect. It looks like he's going to be a quality player for years to come for Manchester United. One of the best in the world, hopefully. You know, in terms of potential, I don't see why not. Whether it will happen or not, there's a lot of things that happen along the way that determine that. But it's possible. Secondly, just as well, David De Gea has been absolute class all season. Barely put a foot wrong. Can only really remember a couple of mistakes, if that, that he's made all season. He's just been a rock. In terms of shot stopping, I'm not sure there's anybody better in the Premier League or the world for that matter. He's a young guy. When he first came over to England from Spain, there was a lot of talk about his physicality because, you know, let's be honest, when he was coming for those corners, trying to get the ball from those corners, he was getting bossed off the ball like a little bitch, to be fair. But he's added a lot of strings to his bow in terms of his game and also in terms of his physicality. And he just seems like a really solid goalkeeper. He barely does anything wrong. We played awful all season long, lost so many games, and none of them are down to De Gea. I can think of one mistake. You know, he's had a class season. De Gea's just going to turn into what is hopefully the next Casillas, you know, a great player for Spain, a great player for Manchester United for years to come. And it could happen, and I think he's going to be great next season because he's just a good goalkeeper. You don't lose that. He's going to just keep getting better and better. And this season, he's barely put a foot wrong. So De Gea definitely deserves a nod for the player of the season. But the final contender, and it's an obvious one, and it's obvious for a reason, because he has been our best player, especially the first half of the season, Mr. Wayne Rooney, who some people find a little bit much that he's on 300k a week, and sometimes he doesn't play, you know, like Cristiano Ronaldo. But there's only one freaking Cristiano Ronaldo out there. And listen, Wayne Rooney's not that type of player, but what he is a freaking hard-working, just a very talented player. He's probably the most well-rounded footballer in the Premier League in terms of, you know, he can do everything. You play him at left-back, he's going to play the job of a good left-back, in my opinion. He's just a class player. Wayne Rooney scored a lot of goals this season, made a lot of assists this season. Without those goals and assists, and that leadership shown of him actually taking the games by the scruff of the neck and doing something with it and trying to make stuff happen and scoring freaking goals and setting people up and all that kind of thing, then we would be much further behind than we are now in the league. So Rooney gets a lot of criticism, sometimes rightfully so, because he does do some dickish things in his personal life and stuff. But listen, in terms of being a footballer, the guy's a freaking quality player. He's Manchester United through and through. Okay, he's not because he's freaking toffee, but he's come here at a young age. He's been here with us for years. He's going to break that goal scoring record. He's signed a 5-6 year contract, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Just appreciate the fact that we've got a player like that who, you know, you can put him in a team with what effectively was a bunch of shite B-team freaking pub players at the start of the season under David Moyes, being managed by the freaking manager of the local co-op. You know what I mean? And he's gonna have the effect on the games, change of games, that type of shit. So listen, I thought Rooney was the only really good top performing big name player we had this season. I don't think anybody else has performed really well. You look at the likes of Nani, absolutely gash-tastic. Valencia, awful. He's had a few good games here and there, awful. Ashley Young had a good little spell around Christmas, yeah, but mostly gash. You know, I'm not saying that, you know, he's the biggest player, but, you know, Fellaini came in 26 mil, shocking. Mares, double day Mares, David Moyes, what you doing, pal? But So anyway, I've gone off a tangent, but it's about Manchester United's player of the season, and I'm going to go for Wayne Rooney. Young player of the season, absolutely Adnan Januzaj, and David De Gea deserves a special mention just because he's been a great goalkeeper for us this season. And without him, I think we could be, again, in a worse position than we are. So what do you think? Who's your player of the season, more importantly? I'd like to know. Please comment below. Please give this video a like, and share these videos with your mates if you feel inclined to. If not, then no worries. But yeah, and also follow me on Twitter at MrFlyingPigHD. Subscribe, all that jazz. And thanks very much for watching. Hopefully we get some sort of stability, next season in terms of top quality performances. Hopefully we can get some good players in, stop playing like a bunch of second-rate pub team mugs, and actually challenge, or at least freaking play some nice football. What do you think? MrFlyingPigHD, take it easy.